This is my BMW E53 X5 pre-facelift model. I have this car for 1 year and I'm absolutely in love with it. Let's keep it short and I will tell you what I like and what I dislike about this car. I like its engine. It's 3-liter diesel straight six with 184 horsepower and 410 Newton meters of torque. It pulls adequately for its size and for its weight, because this car weighs 2.2 tons. This M57 engine is really reliable, pretty bulletproof, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to keep it running perfectly good. But facelift models have more power and more torque, actually 500 Newton meters and 218 horsepower, which is actually a big gain. Facelift models have upgraded engines and gearbox. This has 5-speed automatic gearbox from GM, but facelift models have 6-speed from ZF, which is more reliable. So what I done to this car, I changed all the pulleys, even the big one, crankshaft pulley, which is made of rubber. Inside is made of rubber, so it was pretty bad. It was cracked in many places, so that's that. Of course, this AC ventilator, which has gone bad, and cooling hoses, fuel lines, and because car is old, okay, so that's that. Rebuilt the transmission because it broke down again. Previous owner said that he restored his transmission, but after 15,000 transmission blew on me, so I had to do that, and that's pretty complicated job, because in our region there's not many people who are capable of maintaining this transmission. Absolutely love how it looks. It looks pretty classy. Ride height is pretty good also. It has, if I remember correctly, about more than 20 centimeters of ride height. So about practicality, it has 460 liters of boot space, which is pretty good actually. And of course, split tailgate, which I like the most. About interior space in the back, it's good, but it's not much, because I'm 1.9 meters tall, and as you can see, my driving position at the front, my knees are practically really close but to the seat, but that's acceptable. Previous owner installed this DVD, wear and tear, but it's an old car, but interior quality is pretty nice. Leather, not scratchy, plastics all around. Extras that I like, it was packed really good. Of course, I have electrically operated steering wheel, automatic headlights, cruise control, pretty good radio for its time, dual zone climate control, fully electrically operated seats with memory function. Everything works except auxiliary heating. Fuel economy, I'm averaging around 9 to 10 liters of diesel per 100 kilometers, which is pretty acceptable for this size of car. Most of the people think that X5 is not capable of off-roading, but it actually is. It's not kind of level like Toyota Land Cruiser or Hilux or cars like that, but it can operate properly for every day, every kind of needs. If you are not going high up the hills, rocky mountains, and really muddy areas, and even in the mud with proper tires, you can go off-road with this car. Car is sitting on 19-inch alloy wheels, which are original, 285 millimeters at the back and 255 at the front. It has spacers for the good look, because the wheels are kind of inside. Tires are wearing out pretty quickly. These cars don't rust very much. They rust at the lower door part, lower part of doors, and of course boot. Absolutely don't like the door handles because they are a nightmare. After 1 year of ownership, these handle mechanisms broke down 2 times, so I changed 2 door handles already, and I think the third one will be really soon. So usually they crack around this area and you must replace them. It's not that costly, but you can I warn you, you must replace them all the time. So about acceleration, it's not very good, but we can try with brake boost. You can see that it bogs down really much, and the power comes really late. The boost comes late, but it's acceptable for daily driving, and I don't complain about that. As I said, I'm averaging pretty good fuel economy. I drove for about 540 kilometers and I have practically half a tank left. But what I most like about this car is that it handles really good. Not even for the SUVs, but even for lighter passenger cars. The suspension is soft, but it has sport suspension settings from the factory, so it's a little bit firmer and bouncy. I like the sound of it. The main downside for this car is gearbox, because this 5-speed GM gearbox is made from cheese. it breaks really often, and you must always think about the gearbox. I'm not afraid that my gearbox will broke soon, because it was restored in really good service, and they know what they are doing with gearboxes, so that's not the problem. But if you have a choice, good facelift model or pre-facelift, and they are in the both in the same price category, of course always buy the facelift model. But if you can find really good example pre-facelift that is much cheaper, I think you can go for it and buy this one. As I said previously, car handles really good, fuel economy is good, practicality is also good, because you have pretty big boot, pretty good amount of interior space. You have all the practical bells and whistles. Also, I like the view out of this car. The driving position is really high. If your seat is pumped up, you can see very far ahead, and that's really relaxing for overtakes, for everyday situations. To see out far away is very awesome. Think of this car as a budget G class. It's also robust, it's boxy, it's got a big engine. So in the conclusion, I only restored the gearbox. Other stuff, belts, water pump, thermostat, pulleys, all that kind of stuff, it's pretty basic. You are doing this stuff for all kinds of cars. That's just everyday maintenance. And of course, I forgot interior climate control ventilator broke down. It was not broken down, but it was chirping, the sound was bad, and I thought that I must replace that. But it's awful job. You must take apart all this panel, all this console, and it's job for the day, for all day practically. To replace door handles, as an example, it's 2-hour job max. If the engine is good, if it sounds good, there's no oil consumption and stuff like that, this car is practically bulletproof. So about the main conclusion, it's good all-arounder. It doesn't cost very much, it's practical, it has good fuel economy, you can tow with it, you can go a little bit light off-road in off-road conditions with it. It handles pretty good, and I think you must buy a decent one in the near future, because these cars will not be around too long, and the new cars, you know how it is, they are not like that. They are not built like years ago. I wish you good luck, a nice day. Thank you for watching. If you like these kind of videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.